I want your husband, I will take him. I am that bold.
So in our last video, we talked about how Blessing CEO came out to announce that she has breast cancer. After that announcement, Blessing CEO have not rested. We have not rested. It looks like many people do not believe her. I don't even know if up to 50% believe her. People started making videos dragging her. Well, people are no longer just talking about her cancer or whatnot. People are now bringing up her character, her behavior, because Blessing CEO, unfortunately, have been known for clout chasing. She actually calls herself the Queen of Clout. Blessing CEO came into the limelight, I believe, in 2019, when she claimed the house of somebody else, a man that lives in China called Onyeze. She was going in and out of the house, claiming that she has used the stones that were thrown at her to build a house, and people believed her. But to our amazement, she was now shown on social media with police kneeling down, saying, no, it's not my house. Apparently, the owner of the house saw this online, came back home, arrested her, and had her confess that she's not the owner. And she just went there to take pictures, and basically she lied.
This house does not belong to me.
Who does this house belong to? Onyeze who?
Yes.
Onyeze Nachiko. What did you do that made them to ask you to say the owner of the house?
I recently came here to take a picture.
You recently came in here to take a picture?
Yes.
No, we are not going to. A picture of Onyeze, abi? A picture of Onyeze's house?
Yes.
And this will be the first and last you will ever claim a property that does not belong to you.
That's the definition of a fake life, because people were believing that that's her house. So after that, believe it or not, she became much more popular. She blew, maybe not for the right reasons, because people are always using that to throw back at her whenever she, makes certain statements. Her integrity may not be rated very high, because somebody that can tell the world that a house that doesn't belong to her is hers, that person have some guts, okay? And you have to be at a certain level of lying to be able to do that, to tell such a lie. But anyway, that is what happened. Not just that, she started talking about relationships. She calls herself relationship expert and a counselor. While she gave a lot of advice, a lot of women do not like what she's saying. A lot of men do not like what she's saying at all. Blessing CEO, in case you don't know, her background is that she was married as a young person and she has 2 boys from her previous marriage. She's divorced. So most of her teachings will bother to be against men. She will often advise women to go for a man with money, don't take rubbish from men, don't do this for men, don't do that for men. So she basically was hard on men. A lot of men will even tell their wives, if he follows Blessing CEO, there will be a problem. So anyway, she continued, and eventually she met this guy named IVD. IVD was a car salesperson that was married to a lady named Bimbo. We won't go deep into that story, but they were very popular on social media. And the story is that they started when they were young. Bimbo's family did not want her to marry IVD, but she insisted. She was in love. She ran away with him. They even started having babies before the family finally gave in, according to the stories online. And Bimbo loved him so much that Bimbo did everything, gave him her school fees, because Bimbo was said to come from a rich home, gave IVD her school fees. There's even rumor that she was carrying juju for IVD. She would often go to the market barefooted, performing rituals for IVD to become rich. As you can see, that's her at the marketplace, barefooted, with money in her hand, which is what they said is the ritual she's supposed to perform. Of course, I don't know, but this is the news everywhere at that time. Eventually, what? IVD became rich. But after that, it was all fights. She will often come online and say that IVD is the worst person, that since IVD started seeing money, IVD was sleeping with everything in skirt, IVD would beat her, IVD was on drugs. It was such a toxic relationship that you could see it online. So people will, of course, why don't you leave that marriage? Her family intervened severally, but she will often always go back because she was in love. He will come begging, she will go back. So the relationship was like that, back and forth, back and forth. She even alleged that he has HIV. So eventually one day, nobody still knows what happened to today, but they were still fighting as usual, and she poured petrol in the house and lit the house on fire. Consequently, lit herself on fire, probably by mistake. And the rumors or what people say is that he watched her burn.
Wife of car dealer Ikechukwu Obona, who is also known as IVD, had died. It had passed after suffering burns that prosecutors, her family, insist were caused by her husband. Yeah. The nation was shocked by this news, shocked. And her death was was in fact a national tragedy. Well, today her friend, Peace Bob, who was right there on the scene.
Call my friend, please. Please, calm down. I need egg. I need egg. Come and call me egg. Me, like, when I just saw her, she has roasted, like, her body.
Peace Bob was called by Bimbo on that fateful evening, afraid for her life. She was the one who witnessed Bimbo doused in fire, run out of the house, and jump into the swimming pool. She was the one who had to take Bimbo and a reluctant husband, according to her, across 4 hospitals.
Stress me. I don't like what you're doing. Don't stress me.
What you were saying to his wife?
Yes. And she was burning, like she was already burned. She was like, why are you doing this to me now? Why are you doing this? He was like, oh, I don't like this, so don't be shouting in my ear. Me to have my own. I'm stressed.
She thinks that Ikechukwu, who is alleged and not convicted, continues to go scot-free, and that her friend has yet to get justice.
And by the time they finally got her to the hospital, she died after a few days. So that is how Bimbo died, in a very painful way. And even when she died, some posts that he made that basically showed that he didn't care very much. This is how Blessing came into the story. Blessing was also a very popular content creator. She's very well known. So Blessing took his side and started speaking against the woman that passed, that she always wanted to pass, that she has always wanted to go, that she just wanted to drag IVD with her, that she's violent, that she basically was dragging a bride woman. That is when the world was like, are you insane? This woman is no more. This woman is no more. Why can't you respect her memory for whatever it may call worth? But anyway, she continued though. She didn't care. Eventually, next thing we know, she and the husband, IVD, were an item. And they said it started when she was now defending him online. And eventually he called to thank her, and he was so sad and depressed. She started counseling him. And then she noticed he was hot. And the first day they met in her office, they, did the do together. This is a mess. But anyway, they're together. Even now, they're engaged to marry. Back to our cancer story. Now that people are dragging her, people are saying a woman that was dragging a bride woman and took her husband. And let me shock you in this story. When people were now dragging her, some were even saying that she was already dating the man before the lady died. She gave some kind of interview. And
Drag, I don't fight for person husband. The earth will take you and I will collect the money. I don't know how to be, but I can't even be sharing man with you. I don't share men. I'm not that kind of woman that, you are sleeping with me. I carry that. If I want your husband, I will take him.
She actually said that she does not drag men with anybody. That if she wants your man, she will put you 6 feet under and take the man. That you better pray she doesn't want your man. Yeah, she said it. It's not allegedly. There's a tape that I may insert here somewhere if I haven't inserted it by now. So that is why people, now that she's coming out with this cancer story, a lot of people do not have sympathy. People are judging her by her character.
Was once a wheelbarrow pusher, and it was Bimbo that took him off the street, upgraded him, gave him a life, started that car business for him. We started looking like a human being. People like Blessing CEO came in and cut your joy short. Imagine taking your husband to a so-called relationship therapist to mend your marriage, and then the therapist, instead of mending your marriage, she stole the man. She stole the man from you, and not just that, she didn't end there. She started calling your man midnight, tormenting you. You confronted your husband, and your husband bullied you for it. Out of frustration, out of anger, out of emotional frustration, you committed suicide. As if that wasn't enough, the same person that bullied you and took your husband came out to mock your death. After she mocked you, your family arrested her. She now came out. After serving her law terms, she now came out and now proudly started flaunting your husband. If you were a family of Bimbo, how would you feel? If Bimbo were to be your sister, were to be you, how you go feel? So
people are saying she's such a bad woman, a rash person, somebody that could say something like that. And then we're talking about the Onyeze situation where she said the house was hers, that wasn't hers. So you see, character-wise, she's not rated very high. So that's why people are now saying, how can we believe you that you have cancer when you have lied in the past and you have lied about some serious things? So that is one group. There's another group that is saying, no, this is too serious for her to lie about. How can a human being lie with something as serious as cancer? But those are few. So many people are just dragging her. I'm sure many of you know who VDM is. VDM is actually one of the most popular voice in Nigerian social media today. He's one of the most popular, influential voice, millions of followers, known for integrity. He says and does what he says, and he says what he knows to be true. So he prides himself in being Mr. Integrity. But anyway, so VDM have given a voice to Blessing, actually challenging Blessing to show proof that she is sick. And of course, Blessing responded, which is part of what is getting me worried, because somebody with stage 4 cancer to be responding like this is a little unbelievable. But anyway, she has responded, saying that she will not put her medical stuff online because it's private. So in our next video, I'm going to give my own analysis based on what I know as a medical health professional and my own thoughts about Blessing CEO and her stage 4 cancer story. Thank you for watching. If you haven't liked this video, please like and consider subscribing. It really does help me out. And until next time, may God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bimbo have always wanted to die. From the beginning of the story, yes, she has always wanted to die. But the fact that maybe she wants to take the man along with her.
If anyone could tell me that I'm gonna want to do life with her, I would never accept, because I want to be honest, she's not my kind of
How? Explain.
lady. She knows. But guess what? She made it so easy.